What's up, YouTube? This is going to be our guide on how to use Cinderace in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'll be providing some competitive movesets and some fun meme movesets too. If there's a Pokemon you'd like to see me cover, let me know in the comment section of the video and drop a like on the video if you want to support the series. Let's have a look at it. So Cinderace is obviously a very, very good Pokemon, and we're going to start off looking at some of its more common pivot style sets. So these sets work very well in singles and doubles as well. I've broke it up into two different sets because it has quite a lot of really good moves. The first one we got here is going to be just the normal standard sort of set. We got a max attack and max speed there. We've got Jolly Nature. So Jolly Nature, I believe, is fairly important because it does need its speed. I mean, you can actually opt for Adamant, but it does lose out on a lot of speed. So you really want to be going first, especially with this sort of set. Now, with the moves I've got on here, we've got, obviously we've got Libero. Now, Libero is still pretty good, for sure. And, you know, with Libero, obviously changing your type once per swap in. That's why U-turn is such a good move, because you can just, you know, virtually U-turn and then go out. You know, that's quite good. And then you can use Libero again later on. Even though it did get a nerf, it's still a very, very good ability. Now, the moves I've given it, we got Pyro Ball and U-turn. This is definitely really, really good for singles for sure. And, you know, it even doubles as well. And I've given it a high jump kick and Sucker Punch. Now, there are some other moves that it can get which are very good too. It's difficult though, like sort of, I feel like this is more dependent on your team. So high jump kick has got very nice high base power there, and you know, with the Libero it's very, very powerful. Sucker Punch gives you priority as well, and obviously changing your type can be handy at the same time. And outspeeding any Pokemon that you know, are faster than you for sure. Now, with the items, I've given it heavy duty boots. Another good item it can run is Life Orb too. I like to run Life Orb or heavy duty boots on this style of set. I believe it works best. There are some other little gimmicky items you can use, but these two I'd say are definitely the best moves that you can possibly use on it for, you know, this pivot style set. Now the next one I've got here is almost identical, but it's got a couple little differences. This probably is a little bit more geared towards singles, so I've still got U-turn and Pyro Ball. I mean, U-turn and Pyro Ball are sort of like the bread and butter kind of moves. Chord change is very handy there because you can get rid of those entry hazards on the field, which is very, very nice. And we've got Gunk Shot too. So Gunk Shot is a nice, sort of like high jump kick. It's a nice high base power move there that you can just abuse with Libero. So very, very good. But yeah, these two sets are almost identical. It's sort of up to you what you want to use on your team, right? So say if you're like, oh well, I need something on my team that can you know, really punish fairy type Pokemon. Oh, we'll get rid of Sucker Punch then, and I'll give it Gunk Shot, for example. But yeah, so they're exactly the same sort of set there. But yeah, you can go heavy duty boots, Life Orb. They're both really good items on this. You could opt for some more gimmicky items like Lumberry, but I don't know. I feel like Life Orb and heavy duty boots are sort of the best items you can run on this set. So the next one we're going to be having a look at here is going to be a Sword Dance Sweep. This is a little bit more gimmicky than the first two. Those are the ones you'll see the most for sure there. As for EV, I don't think you'd have to, the EVs wouldn't be too much different because mostly it's going to be running max speed and max attack with Jolly. So this one is a Sword Dance Sweep. Most people are going to use the heavy duty boots or Life Orb, or even I was thinking, just going to go back to this set for a real quick second here. You could opt to go on with choice items. So I have tried this and it does work. It does feel, you do feel a little bit locked in though, pardon the pump, but yeah, you can go Choice Scarf and you can like, you know, you can adjust it by giving it a little bit more attack and those sort of things. It still works very well, or you could go, you know, Jolly and really like make sure you outspeed everything. So that can absolutely work as well. Same with like, same with Choice Band. That's another good one as well. But like I said, you sort of are locked into that one move. With the other one, you got more flexibility. You can go for your attacking move. Oh, I've got a bad matchup. I'll just go for U-turn, you know, that sort of thing. And you can use your other moves at the same time instead of being locked into one. But just thought I'd mention that too, that it can run the choice items reasonably well too. All right, back to the Sword Dance set here. So we've got Sword Dance. That's going to boost his attack, you know, by 2, which is going to be really good. We've got Pyro Ball, we've got Citrus Berry, and we've got Acrobatics. So Acrobatics is not a bad move on Cinderace. I wouldn't say it's one of its best moves, but it still is pretty good. People also run Bounce as well, but I like Acrobatics, and it works well with the Citrus Berry there, because you're probably going to take a bit of damage when you're going for a Sword Dance. Citrus Berry will activate, give you a bit of health back there, and then you can have your fully powered Acrobatics. And we've also got High Jump Kick at the same time here too. So this gives it pretty reasonable coverage against most Pokemon. I mean, I know there's going to be a few little counters here and there, but this will cover most of that, and it'll give you a big attack stat there. The only drawback to Sword Dance, I mean, it would have been much better back in the day when Libero constantly activated, but now it's only one per swap in, so you're not going to get the benefit of Libero keeping it in for a long time. That's why a lot of people like to run the like the pivot U-turn sets and those sort of things there, because you can keep making use of Libero, and it hits very, very hard, especially on these high base power hits there. Anyway, the Terra type. So mostly I've run Fire on all these. I mean, Pyro Ball is very, very good there, and it can hit very, very hard, so that's probably the Terra that I would go to. I just stick with its normal type. If you've got any other Terras, you can feel free to suggest them. So it's difficult with Cinderace, right? Because it could be Libero into a certain type already, and then it might be... So it's not as clean cut as being a Pokemon that's just like a Fire type, right? That didn't have Libero. So obviously you could easily think, oh, well, I know that a Water type move is coming away. I know that a Ground type move is coming away. So it's not really like that with the Libero Cinderace. So it's not like you could go, oh, I'll just have a Terra Water or something like that to get around any opposing threats, or a Terra Flying. You could do Terra Flying Acrobatics, but you may not be Fire type. So that's why I've just kept it as Terra Fire. If you want to see some other Terra types, feel free to, but I felt like, with Libero and stuff, you don't really, it's not really that much of an issue. Just go for the Pyro Ball. That's what you're going to be doing a lot of the time, right? Where are we here? So we got this Sword Dance set. Yeah, we've sort of gone over that one. Now, I've got some more meme sets here that I will talk about in a sec. As for partners and stuff like that, I'm just going to suggest a couple now, before we get to the meme sets here. So probably some of the really good partners, I'd say, would be Toxapex. That's a really nice partner for Cinderace, just due to its typing, its bulk. Another good one you could run would be Dondozo. That's a really, really nice Pokemon to run alongside Cinderace, because it sponges a lot of its weaknesses, and it's very, very bulky too. And also, any ground type moves that are coming away, rock type, stuff like that. So yeah, those are quite good Pokemon to, run alongside, on your team and stuff like that. Some other good Pokemon that you could run alongside it as well. Just trying to think here. Meowscarada isn't bad either as a partner for it. That's not bad, and you've got it's got protein as well, so that's quite good. Some other physical attackers, I'd say. I mean, Dragapult isn't all that bad either. Dragapult's not that bad. You could go ahead and do that. Any of those style Pokemon would be kind of good. Any support Pokemon for Garchomp's always quite good as well, or any Stealth Rock Pokemon, even because Cinderace sort of appreciates having that extra damage every single turn the opponent swaps in there, and it can turn those 2 hit KO into 1 hit KO, those sort of things there. So just a couple of little suggestions there as well. So let's have a look at some of these more meme sets here, and we'll do some, obviously we'll keep having a look at some moves and things like that. This Cinderace is a 1 HP sweeper, so we're deliberately putting it on 1 health to try and get the maximum power out of 2 moves. Now, the 2 moves we're going to get the most power out of is Pyro Ball. So we're going to have Blaze on this set. So Blaze is going to give it a 1.5 boost there, which is going to be really nice. Obviously, we're diving into more meme territory, but this can still be very, very threatening for sure. In the right circumstances. We've got Reversal at full base power as well, which is going to be hitting really, really hard. Harder than the High Jump Kick. And 100% accurate too. Pyro Ball is not going to be 100% accurate, but still going to be pretty accurate. So we've got Sucker Punch as well there for any Pokemon that do outspeed. There won't be too many of them, but you don't want to get on 1 health and be outspeed, you know what I'm saying? So we've got Endure and Weakness Policy too, so you can get that Endure Weakness Policy going. And yeah, that's why I haven't given it Libero, because I sort of want to bait the opponent into activating Weakness Policy, right? It's harder to hit Cinderace. It'll be harder to hit Cinderace with a super effective move if it's got Libero, right? So that's why I've gone for the Blaze. Now, this EV's very, very similar to the other one. We got max speed and max attack there. We got Jolly Nature. And yeah, we just go ahead about using it normally. And when we see a Pokemon that potentially has a super effective move to use that's, you know, probably going to absolutely destroy Cinderace, we go for the Endure, we get the Weakness Policy, you know, start sweeping like crazy with this set here. So yeah, I think it's got good sweeping potential. It's not like completely broken. It can be, you know, quite easily stopped. But yeah, you could go ahead and give that a try if you'd like to. Something a bit like different. Next one we got the mixed ball set here. We're going to some mega meme territory now. So it's quite funny, this Pokemon. I mean, it is like a soccer Pokemon, or football as, you know, American like call it, but over in Australia we call it soccer. So that's when you like to kick the ball around and stuff. So it gets a lot of ball moves, which does make sense. So I noticed that it did get Electro Ball, so I thought, this would be pretty fun to make a mix set out of this. So we've got Electro Ball, Terra type Electric. So I wanna go ahead, right, and go for Agility to like boost up my speed, and then we can have the Terra Electric for the Electro Ball, like real powerful there for any water type Pokemon. We've got Pyro Ball as well as a mixed attacker. It's still got a decent amount of attack, like it's still got more than, you know, its special attack set, which is horrendous, and we've also got Shadow Ball there as well. So we've got all the ball moves, and the item I've given it is Staff Bro. So we've got a reasonable chance here with Staff Bro. So Staff Bro is going to randomly raise a stat by 2. So you've got an attack. If you've got a mixed attacker, that doubles your doubles your chances then. So you only have to like not worry. I mean, you might get a speed boost as well. So that's not all that bad for Electro Ball. So really, you've got 3 stats that could benefit you there, but 2 stats that would probably benefit you the most, right? So you wouldn't want to get a defense. Well, a defense and special defense aren't really going to do too much for you, right? But if you don't roll one of them, you've got a good chance of rolling one of the others. It could be very, very useful, and turn this into quite a good mix sweeper. Now, let's have a look at the last set here I've made. I'm going to probably do some more after this because I like to sort of explore all options with Cinderace. So we've got Bulky Bunny here. So, you know, most people they'll probably skip over Bulk Up, but it does get Bulk Up, and this can make it have some reasonable bulk. So we've got a Bulk Up Resto Chesto set here. So Bulk Up is going to be nice, boosting our attack and defense. And for this set, I've run it really tanky, so it actually doesn't get a bad special defensive set. So we've got 75 base, and with 80 health, we're going to make it fully like bulky on the special side. Now, Bulk Up is going to increase our defense and attack there, and we've got Flame Charge as well to make up for not running any speed. So Flame Charge will be, you know, fairly powerful there. And we've got Zen Headbutt just for some coverage there. We might be able to get some flinches, and, you know, at +6 Bulk Up, this is going to be hitting pretty hard, and it's got a chance to flinch too, and it's got bulk about it, so it's not going to be easily one-shotted, you know. Obviously, the process of you setting a bulk up where it's going to be probably the most, I guess, vulnerable there. Now, I've given this Terra-type Psychic for the Zen Headbutt, and, you know, this might draw out some other Pokemon that it might be weak to, like Bug. You know, you can use, like, Flame Charge against them and fun things like that. So, yeah, we got Libero here. Now, you don't have to use Libero. You could use Blaze as well. That might be more handy if you're on a lower amount of health. That could work at the same time, but a little bit of a fun set there with the Bulk Up Cinderace. So let's go over some Pokemon that could actually help along here. Or actually, no, we've gone over some team strategies of other Pokemon and stuff like that. Let's have a look at some more move options that we could have a look at there. Okay. So let's bring up some of the physical moves that it gets. I've gone over a lot of these already. Yeah, see, it does get counter, which is kind of interesting too. You can have like a Focus Sash counter set. I think I did like a meme set like this. It was pretty funny. So we had like Focus Sash. We had like counter, reversal, Focus Sash. So like you could trick the opponent into thinking, I don't know, they're going to hit you with like a really powerful physical move, right? You go for counter, you get the KO, and then you got the full power on reversal, which is going to be pretty nice. Look, you could go... even Terra Fighting as well. That could be kind of nice. And give it... some other moves that we could give it like a... I don't know if I wanted to give it... I mean, Pyro Ball is still a very... You probably give it something like that. So you got Reversal Pyro Ball, and then you could give it like Sucker Punch. That could work. Or Acrobatics. That could work at the same time there. The only problem about, 1 HP sort of meme sweeping sets is they're always vulnerable to feigning to a weak priority or, a Rocky Helmet or something like that. So you could definitely give it like Sucker Punch to get around that. So you got something a little bit different there, but, it could be a bit of surprise with counter, and that would get you down to 1 health to get like a really powerful reversal. So yeah, we could have a strategy like that. You don't know where you dump the last bit in there. With counter sets, I'd probably try and avoid putting... In fact, I would go, instead of Jolly, I'd go something like... Where are we? Hasty? So I do Hasty there. So, counter sets appreciate not having any defensive EVs and hindering nature. So that way you're going to do more damage, and that way counter... is going to do more damage as well. So, you don't want counter only doing, whereas it could do your entire health bar instead of doing 3/4 of your health bar, right? So, yeah, something like that. Yeah, let's have a look at it. Some more sets here. There's a counter Cinderace. Interesting. So, we'll bring up its physical moves again. I just like to go through everything. So, it's got some other options here, like Fire Fang, Fire Punch, but you're not really using them too much. You got Flare Blitz as well, but... Honestly, that's just outclassed by Pyro Ball. Pyro Ball has absolutely nothing to lose except for the fact that it can miss. It is 90%. So there's no real reason there to run Flare Blitz unless you really 100% don't want to miss. You know what I mean? It gets Super Fang and Trailblaze. That's kind of interesting. Maybe if you're running something that bulk up set that I was running, you could go for like just a bulky set with like Super Fang. And Rest, Sleep, Talk, Super Fang, and Bulk. I don't know, some sort of crazy set like that. We've got Trailblaze there as another way to boost its speed and hit Water-type Pokemon. Even with Libero, I don't think it's going to be that good. I mean, it'll do a bit of damage, but not much. U-Turn is sort of standard. We've gone over Zen Headbutt. We've got Bounce here as well. So Bounce isn't all that bad. They're not all that good either, but probably Acrobatics sort of outclasses that. And then we're sort of like going down into like meme territory here. So yeah, that's pretty much it for its physical moves. To be honest though, its singles and doubles sort of play very, very similar. You know what I mean? Like there's not too many differences there, and even in EVs and stuff like that. Now, this is another thing you might consider. I don't know if you consider Cinderace for it, but it is pretty quick. So we've got Baton Pass and Sword Dance. So it could serve as a viable baton passer. I don't think... I think this would probably take people by surprise, maybe. So let's give it Mental Herb if we're going to go fully status on it. So we've got the... Might be able to do some mind games there with Baton Pass and normal Libero or something like that. But yeah, anyway, we've got a Baton Pass, Sword Dance. We could have something like... we could make this fully like... I don't know, like a utility set. Like, we got Baton Pass, Sword Dance, Court Change. We've also got Bulk Up, Agility. That'd be pretty nice. Or Taunt, one of those to sort of... Yeah, so you can make this a fully Baton Passable set. So Baton Pass, a Sword Dance, and Agility on. Say if someone sets up some, rubbish on the field there, get rid of it with the Court Change, and then, Baton Pass away onto another Pokemon. Another way of using Cinderace. I mean, it's going to be quite a fast user of doing that, so it wouldn't be slow. So it's got some reasonable... With Max Health, it's got reasonable bulk too, and I don't think the opponent would really ever expect this one. So maybe a surprise baton passing set, whatever sort of, rule set you are playing. Let's have a quick look at it. We've gone over its physical moves. Okay, we're pretty much gone over all its physical moves. Let's have a quick more... look at its status moves, and then we'll have a last look at the special. It's pretty bad, though. Looking at some of these, we do have Taunt, though, which isn't all that bad. You might be able to slide Taunt onto, one of those, like, pivot sets, maybe. I don't know, maybe you could get rid of one of its other moves. You'd have to give up one of its really good moves, though. Like, maybe U-Turn you could get rid of there, but I don't know. Like, that might be handy as a lead. You might be able to have something like Taunt, U-Turn, Pyro... Like Taunt, U-Turn, Pyro Ball. So then you've got some, you taunt them, you could U-Turn out if it wasn't. Say if it was like a Garganacl lead, right? You're not going to really do too much there outside of having high jump kick. So say you didn't have that and you had like, it's quite a good example. Not Water Gun, Gunk Shot. Water gun, Cinderace. So yeah, say if you had said like the standard set here, and then you're like, oh, look, there's a Gaga Knuckle lead. I know that it's going to set up Stealth Roll. Well, you could go for Taunt, and then you could go for U-turn. So that'd be pretty good. So you pretty much know what it's going to use against you, like a body press or something like that. And yeah, I could see that working. Is it going to be like super meta? Probably not, but it could be handy. It's got the speed for it as well, and it's got like the momentum with U-turn. So that could, definitely be helpful there. Just some last sort of minute thoughts here on Cinderace. Let's have a quick last little look at its special moves. So it's not very good. The best fire type moves it's getting is like Fire Blast, and you've got like, I mean, if you're really up for running Heat Wave on like a special set for doubles, you might be able to do that. Yeah, I did that Electro Ball set because I thought that could be a bit of fun. A little bit of a surprise. So I'd say that probably the most useful out of there would be Electro Ball because you'd be able to get some surprise against the opponent. But yeah, that would be about it really. You might be able to do like a choice spec set. I was thinking like you got Fire Blast. I've done this set before. It's absolutely horrendous, but it's pretty fun. So we've got Blast Burn on there. Okay, we've got Blast Burn. I'm going to really give it moves that have like a recharge on purpose. We've got Eject Button. Now, Eject Button is kind of an interesting move here. We could go Libero Eject Button. That's just power right there. This is a real Pip Knight special if I've ever seen one. So we're going to go Timid. Now, with Blast Burn, that's going to do a lot. We've got Libero High Boom. That's going to do a lot too. And then we've got Eject Button. So say it fails to take the opponent out, right? Which, could definitely have a chance of that. We've got the Eject Button. So when you get hit by an attacking move, it's going to eject you out. So you won't have that big weight, like recharge time. You know what I'm saying there? I'd be maybe inclined to give it Modest too, because it's kind of... It's not going to hit that hard. The only thing about giving it Modest is you are going to drop your speed a little bit. So if you do get hit by a move, Eject Button will kick in before you even, like, do anything. What else? You could give it, like... I don't know. I'd probably go about just doubling up on the fire type moves after Eject Button has been consumed. So there you go. What a banger of a set there. The Eject Cinderace, the Ejecting Bunny set. Anyway, people, I think that's about it for the Cinderace. I've sort of covered all the standard sort of sets on it. I've provided some partners, counters to it as well. I mean, some of it, like Dondozo, we've got like Toxapex, they're great counters for it too. Rotom Wash is another good one, and they're also good partners at the same time. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Cinderace. I hope you enjoyed this, found this insightful. If you did, please drop a like on the video and a comment there if you want to see another Pokemon. Later on, I will do a Samurott guide, because Samurott is just coming out there for, it's been many years since you've been able to use it in the main series game, so I'll do a guide on that, and I might be doing some Samurott raids and stuff later on like a stream or something. Alright, that's about it, people. Peace out.